As the song suggests, these days it seems like every day is exactly the same. But not this day, because this day we have something new to play with. Roll the intro. This week we've got the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus in the self-isolation studio, which we're going to put through its paces. Which is good, because I'm not allowed to pace anywhere other than this apartment. The Samsung S20 Plus, along with the regular S20 and S20 Ultra, burst onto the tech scene just before social distancing and self-isolation became mandatory. So we haven't really had much time to have a play with it, until right now. The S20 Plus used to be Samsung's best smartphone, its flagship, but while it has been overshadowed a little bit by its bigger, more ultra brother, it still rocks a quad camera setup, a massive silky smooth screen, along with a bucket of power under the hood. So let's check it out, shall we? From a design perspective, this phone is either incredibly beautiful or terribly bland. On the one side, it is pretty much all screen, with a small hole punch camera at the front. Now on the other, you get that quad camera setup and that new blue, almost translucent glass back. Down the bottom there's a USB-C port, and the entire thing is protected from bumps and bruises by Gorilla Glass. Now on the one hand, this is fantastic. An all-screen phone, this is what the world has been clamoring on about for absolute ages. But on the other, there's not a whole lot to identify the phone for what it is. Truth be told, I really like it, but that's because I'm a minimalist at heart. That's why I don't have any, well, stuff behind me. Now Samsung has always been a leader when it comes to screen technology, which makes sense given that they make panels of all shapes and sizes. The S20 Plus comes in at 6.7 inches and takes up 90% of the front of the phone. The screen is pin sharp, and the AMOLED technology inside gives you a smooth 120Hz refresh rate. Now tech jargon aside, that means swiping about the phone just feels right. Now let's move on to the cameras, which as you can see, I tested out using things I have around the house. First, there's a 12 megapixel primary sensor with bigger pixels than last year, meaning it's received a slight upgrade. Then there's a 64 megapixel telephoto camera with 3 times optical zoom. You also get a 12 megapixel ultra wide and a time of flight camera that should make taking those blurry bokeh shots that much easier. Now pictures are vibrant during the day and still pretty punchy in the dark. I'm also really digging the video camera, which can handle up to 8K recording. Now that's 8 times that of full HD. To power all that camera technology, Samsung has employed the latest Exynos 990 processor. Now I'm not going to bore you with the benchmarks, just know the thing can zip through multitasking, including watching movies and playing 3D games. It's as quick as it needs to be. Job done. Oh, and bonus points to Samsung for including space for a micro SD card slot. That will make upgrading the basic 120GB phone a doddle. Oh, and there's also 5G on board too, so you're future-proofed once that becomes a standard. So, scores at the doors. The S20 Plus has an excellent screen, a class-leading camera, at least when tested inside anyway, a powerful processor, and it runs Android. The design is so-so and very much up to your personal taste in smartphones, but that shouldn't take away from what this device really is, a truly fantastic smartphone. And hey, if you really think the design is that bland, well, that's what cases were made for.